Hello Whisky folks, how are you? Welcome to the Whisky Snug. It's Whisky Web here with another whisky review. Now today I have a Irish whisky. Since we're kind of in the mode of Patrick's Day and all that kind of malarkey, thought I'd give you a little review of Black Bush whisky. So this is a nice cheap easy going whisky, 40 bucks a bottle in Canada. Probably a lot cheaper elsewhere. They say BC stands for Bring Cash, which is where I live, British Columbia, Canada. So, yeah, whatever prices I say, it's probably at least 25–30% cheaper wherever you are. Now, Black Bush is from Old Bushmills Distillery, and on the bottle it says 1608, and it declares that it's the oldest distillery in the world, the oldest licensed distillery. But I've been doing a bit of research, and this book here, A Glass Apart by Fionnan O'Connor, had an interesting little passage, and it was saying that back in the days of James I, he used to give patents out around the British Isles and Ireland to try and create little monopolies, and he created a monopoly in County Antrim, where Bushmills is in Northern Ireland. So that was the thing that was done in 1608, was this patent, but it had nothing at all to do with the people that set up Bushmills Distillery in 1784. So when Bushmills was originally produced, and on the bottle they had established 1784, but some clever person in marketing decided that they could stretch that all the way back to 1608, which is when the original patent was given for a monopoly in County Antrim. So it's a bit dubious, I must say. It's definitely an old distillery, no doubt about that, but probably more accurate saying 1784 than 1608. So I thought that was interesting. And the oldest distillery in Scotland is Glenturret, which I think is about 1772 or something. So that would actually make Glenturret the oldest distillery in the world, like officially a licensed one, rather than Bushmills. So just a little pub quiz question for you might want to look out for. In terms of this whisky, it's triple distilled, single malt mostly. There's a bit of grain whisky in there too. 80% single malt I think is the number, and maybe 20% grain whisky. I think that's the alarm going off in the back. Or here, I've got another one. Yeah. In case you're wondering what that was my little meditation bell here. And now that we're all in lockdown and we're in quarantine, it's a good time to use these things. You can go a lot deeper into your whisky meditations. So for the money, this is good easy drinking. I like the fact that there's clean sherry in there. I like the fact that it's 80% single malt. Like a traditional blended whisky would be maybe 20–30% single malt and then the rest grain whisky. Whereas this is the other way around. This is the old way of doing blends. So I do appreciate the way they make this. You know, if you were stuck in a quarantine situation and you were just wanted some good easy drinking and you wanted to start early in the day because you were working from home and the boss can't see you, then this would be a good choice, you know, a bit of Black Bush. Yeah, it's nice, it's good stuff. Good for the price, I recommend it. The other thing that's been going on recently is this like massive transition for distilleries. I'm not sure where it is like where you are, but where I am, there's a big shortage of sanitizers in the medical services industry, firefighters, first responders, police, everything. Like they're all looking for it, like schools, whatever. So we've just basically repurposed our whole distillery in about 3 or 4 days. We've gone from making whiskey, shutting all that down, and now we're focused solely on making hand sanitizer. So at Shelter Point Distillery here in Oyster River on Vancouver Island, we're really trying to make a difference to the local community. We're quite remote, so we've taken it on ourselves to produce as much as we possibly can. So we're making alcohol at 75% or above, and then we're combining it with hydrogen peroxide and glycerol, and it's a certain recipe given by the World Health Organization, so we're trying to make it the proper sort of medical grade way. And then we're going to have hopefully thousands of litres of this stuff available, which can be distributed all around the island in BC. So we really want to make a difference to the levels of well-being for those around us. In times of crisis, it's really important that the community comes together and everyone does something positive to address the situation, rather than you know, thinking about the negatives in these kind of times. So it's really exciting, it's really energizing. I did a tweet yesterday about Shelter Point doing this hand sanitizer type stuff, and it was retweeted by the White House in Washington DC, like the social media director for Donald Trump. And then I saw all of a sudden it went viral, and there was just like loads of retweets and likes and all this kind of stuff, and it was, you know, like loads of encouraging things, lots of positivity. So it feels good to help others, and I think that's the essence of what I'm trying to say. So help others as much as you can. Enjoy your Irish whiskey. Buy a bottle of Black Bush. I recommend it. Just good, easy drinking. You know, those days when you don't want to think too much, you just want to have a little drink, then this is a good choice. So, Slán Java. All the best. Cheers. Thank you.